You guys. Hey. Hello. It's me. It's me, Mario. No, it's not. It's Donnie. I'm back. Welcome, my friends. It's been a while. It's been a little bit. Here's the deal. I've not been sleeping, but it's okay. I'm feeling better today. Everything's great. If you followed any of my social medias, you know that I have been kind of just like, I don't know. Sleep is not my friend at the moment, but I'm getting it sorted. We're doing some life changing stuff. We're gonna get healthy. We're gonna get active. We're doing lots of things are in the works. Let's just leave it at that. Um. Anyway, a lot of stuff to talk about today, but I'm gonna wait till I get some people in the stream. I know I haven't been on in about a week, 5 days. Hey, Skyline. Oh, thank you so much for the subscription. I appreciate you. I'm back. I'm feeling better. Doing okay. I'm still struggling on getting my sleep situated, but it's all in a long list of things we're doing to take care of myself. So, that will be something that, as more people come into the stream, I'm going to talk about a little bit. Stuff that I have planned going forward, stuff that I want to do, changes that might be coming in the next couple of weeks. Let me turn my light down a little bit. Yeah. So I'm here though. We're here. We're living life. We're doing it. There is one thing I need to bring up, and I'm gonna bring it up again later when I have more people in the stream. But a friend of ours, I'll leave names out of the stream, but if you're interested in finding out more, you can go to the link that I'll post momentarily. A friend of ours lost her father yesterday. Very suddenly, very surprisingly, and thankfully not to COVID or anything like that, but something just unexpected, car accident that caused other issues to happen, and things weren't taken care of the way that they should have been. And unfortunately, she lost her dad yesterday. So I will be posting a link. I know it's kind of hard to ask for money for people you don't know, especially since I know a lot of my followers are not even from California. But even if you could just share the link, the medical costs that came to this were just so unexpected, and so we are doing what we can, and the best thing that I can do is maybe get the word out a little bit further for, so that more people can see it, because I can't even imagine. Well, I guess I kind of can. I got medical bills and shit, but yeah, so that's something terrible that happened yesterday, and she's in our thoughts, and we are here for her. If you're watching, you know who you are. We're here for you if you need anything else. And I'll be posting the link for the, I think it's a GoFundMe. I'll be posting that towards the end of the stream. Besides that, I don't know if there's any other immediate news that I want to talk about. Today's stream is going to be mostly Marvel Contest of Champs, like I said. I've got a lot of grinding to do because I'm behind. I have not really been playing. I'll be honest, it's been kind of a funky week. I've not felt great. The weather's kind of shitty. I think you could probably hear it. The wind is going crazy. There's stuff blowing all over the house. The cats are freaking out because, cats, when they get that poor weather, all of a sudden they start to go apeshit, like they got demons on their tail. So it's just been, I think it's been a hard couple weeks for everybody. All things considered, but here I am. We're doing a stream. We're doing Marvel. I got so much grinding to do, and also, I've been reaching out to like, Reddit and things like that, and I'm trying to get people in here to talk about comics with me because I've been watching WandaVision, and if you haven't watched WandaVision, you need to watch WandaVision. It's some crazy shit going on. Really good show, and I want to talk to someone about it. Hey, Nate, there he is. What's going on, brother? Hope you're doing okay. How's the weather for you over there? It's crazy for us right now. I was just telling chat, I'm trying to get people in here who are more comic book oriented, and I want to start talking some comic books. That's one of one of my passions, so that'd be great to talk to people about that while I do my little grind sessions here. It's warm then colder then warm again. Yeah, we had warm and then cold and rainy, and now it's cold and windy, and then it's gonna be warm for like a day, and then it's gonna be rainy again. So I don't know what the hell is going on. Oh, my chat box is cutting off your names. What's going on there? Oh, that's weird. Why when I make it smaller, it shows more text? That doesn't make any sense, but whatever. We'll leave it there then. That's bizarre. Hey, what are you doing? Get over here. Get over here, dude. In other exciting news, I have a what would you call it? I have a silent donator is not the word. Shit. What's it called when you have like a like a backer? Not a backer. There's a different word for it, but you know what I'm talking about. I have someone who's willing to give me a little bit of money towards a proper PC, which could be happening at the beginning of next week, depending on how things work. We're having weird unemployment issues. So we'll get things sorted. But yeah, that might be happening soon, and I'm excited because I gotta tell you what, it's so frustrating to just have random equipment go out on you just because, you know, it may not have been the best to begin with. But it's okay. Like I said from the beginning, we're doing what we can. What is going on? Oh, I know. Wait, hold on. Something's cutting off this chat box. What is that? Oh, weird. Oh, that's why. Hold on. I got to crop something real quick. But Nate, besides that, how is everything going for you? I feel like you and I are kindred spirits to an extent. You know, shit happens for us pretty often. What is going on? What am I doing? Why can't I crop that? Ah, screw it. I'm not gonna mess with anything right now. Whatever. Whatever. Have you watched WandaVision yet? That's what I was talking about earlier. WandaVision. And it got a lot of criticism at the beginning. People were just like, the show's so cheesy. Like, it's bad enough that Vision was already super nerfed in the MCU. Like, he just was a total lame-o. But then the show came around, and first of all, Vision's already dead, right? But second of all, they're playing this, like, 50s, 60s, 70s sitcom couple, and he's like this super powerful robot. Like, what's the deal? But in the third episode, it got fucking crazy. Shit is going down. So all those people that are giving it criticism, hold your tongue. Just wait and see what happens. There's so much going on. School started up for you. Day's been kind of crazy. I hear you, dude. New year. So that's one of the things I have an issue with when people say, like, New Year, oh, 2021 is going to be great. It's like, nah, shit don't just stop and start over just because it's the new year. We've all got stuff we have to deal with still. Time doesn't stop. Things keep going. School starts again. It's crazy. Well, I hope you do okay. I know you were taking some hard classes, so good luck to you. My beard is getting long. It's time to trim it. I trimmed a little bit, but I need to do like a full grooming. Then that weird stage where I can't really brush it. It's just like really curly right now and annoying. And the wife hates it because it's pokey. I need to take like an inch off of it, I think. And it also makes my face look really fat because it starts to fluff out, and that's not good. The whole point of a beard is to give you that chin line, you know? Ask every fedora tipping bro. Or they're not bros. What are they? Fedora tipping incels? That's what they're called. You need that beard for that chin line. I've been doing some planning as far as what I want to do going forward and a more consistent schedule for you guys, because I know that things have not been super consistent for me. I'm going to be doing Marvel every Monday and Friday for sure, and that I'm doing because I want to not only play the Contest of Champs game on stream, but also it kind of opens up that window for what I said earlier. I want Marvel and comic book aficionados. I want to give them a place to talk. That's what I love to talk about. I love to educate people and inform on comic books. I want to do that. That's Monday and Friday. I'll be updating the schedule on my Twitch page later for that. And then for sure Wednesday, it seems to be the day that my brother and I are planning on doing some multiplayer stuff. And if there's anyone else that wants to collab on Wednesdays and hop on with us, we can look into that later. Just shoot me a message. So that will be fun as well. Get some other people in here. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, I think I'm going to keep for myself for the time being. Not necessarily to do nothing, but I have some background work that I need to do. Stuff to just kind of keep me sane. You know, trying to make it like a real job. So I need to plan ahead and things like that. So that's what I would like to use those days for. What else besides that? I know I have some family members who are watching now, not necessarily live, but when I upload to YouTube. So hello to you. You know who you are. It may be new terrain for you, but why don't you make a Twitch account and why don't you watch me while I'm live? That'd be great. It's okay. I know the internet can be scary. It's okay. Text me. I'll walk you through it. Just kidding. They're not all that old. Anyone do anything fun this weekend? I didn't. I slept on Saturday. And that only caught me up a little bit. So... let's see, where are we at? As far as Marvel, the game, Contest of Champs, what am I doing? So we only have like 10 days till the month ends. As far as the event, I know the month ends in like 5 days for us. But the game goes 7 days past that or something like that. So I need to play catch up serious. Big time. There's some events and quests that I have not completed, and that's what I'm going to focus on today. Some of them are a little bit tough. We'll see if we can get through it. Might have to use some units. You never know. Damn you, Miles Morales. Quit dodging. I think the past week or so has just been all this has been a little daunting for me. I think with the inauguration and politics and like, I don't know, everything happening in the world, things have been a little bit stressful, and I don't know. I don't really have, like, my wifey and I, we watch our shows that kind of help give us that reprieve from the real world, but I have a lot on my mind with that stuff, and I've got family members who are misguided, and I've got other family members who, you know, are worried about said family members, and things are just kind of stressful and worrying, and I don't know. I can't wait for everything to settle down. And so I think with all that on my mind, this being in the background, like I played some games over the weekend, but it was more just to keep my mind off of things, I think. And when I'm not doing it just to kind of to zombie out, it's hard to focus. But that's what I'm working towards. I want to be here, and I don't know, maybe this will be a platform for us to talk about whatever we want to talk about. You know, if we want to have those deep conversations, I'm not against it. I'd like to talk about that stuff too. I have opinions. That may be why I found things kind of difficult lately. It's just because maybe I don't have a place to discuss those things, or I feel like maybe I can't talk to the people that need to hear some stuff. I don't know. I'm just being vocal right now. Who knows? All I know is that time is going fast. It's already been almost a year since the initial quarantine started, and I cannot believe the fact that I've been locked up basically every day for almost 365 days. It's a trip. Like, I know I have to be more careful than most, which is not fair and kind of frustrating and depressing, but I'll do what I gotta do. Man, a year. And then the sad part is that even when things start to go back to normal, they'll never go back to normal, you know? There's always going to be restrictions and precautions and regulations, and I don't know. Like, I would love to just go to a movie theater, but I can't do that. I want to see a movie. I want movie theater popcorn. We were running errands yesterday, and I saw they have Harkins, which is our local cinema. They have Harkins drive-through pickup. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, because movie theater Harkins has a bar and a restaurant, which is like really shitty, like food that, I don't know. I wouldn't even call it like fast food. It's like below fast. It's like cafeteria food style. Things are reheated, whatever. So, but they have a drive-through pickup. Who orders restaurant food to go? For the same price, you could probably get a good sit-down meal food to go. And then, like, candy. Why would you order theater-size, overpriced candy from a movie theater to go? That's crazy. I can understand the popcorn. Like, I'll be honest. If someone Grubhubbed me movie theater popcorn and could promise me they'd get it to me in, like, 5 minutes, because I live 2 minutes away from the theater, I don't know. I wouldn't be mad at that, because theater popcorn with a fountain soda is bomb. That is a fact. But I definitely would not pay delivery fees for it. That's for damn sure. Pardon me while I mix up my coffee. Sorry, 1 second. See, the trick is you gotta blow bubbles in it. Because I'm a child. Blow the bubbles and mixes it all around. Anyway. What else is going on in the world of Marvel? We were Disney annual pass holders, and I think we already talked about this. We don't get to go back anytime soon, and they're canceling our annual pass. And not only that, they're like planning to open Avengers Academy, or whatever it's called, Avengers Campus. And now that was supposed to be last summer. Who knows when we're gonna get to see that? A little bit annoying, but whatever. I'm a child. You married a child. I think she has her headphone. What? I think she said I know. Rude. And then she called me rude. Yeah, it's fine. People got it worse than I do, that's for sure. That is for certain. Nate, what were some of your favorite things to do before quarantine? What if you could have anything back that you could do safely, what would it be? I think for me it might be movies. I think. That was the main thing that I think that we did more often than not. Like, I don't give two shits about having to wear a mask going out. I don't mind it actually because like I put a beanie on, no one can see my face, just my eyes. I could look like a wreck. I'm digging it. But going to a movie theater or oh no, you know what? I take that back. I just want to go to the gym. I want to go back to the gym. I've gained so much weight. It's not even funny. I want a gym. And I have workout stuff at the house, but you know what? It's not the same. There's something about being at home, your motivation goes out the window. So, wifey and I think are gonna go take a walk later. And I have weights, some weights and stuff, but there's something about being at a gym that kind of just got me going. And I could stay there for an hour, 2 hours, and I did so well. 2019, I lost about 25 pounds, I think, and then gained like 10 pounds of muscle. And then that all went out the door with when I started working at a new restaurant because the food was so good. But at least I was still active, you know. And then quarantine hit, and boom, back up to 190. Oof. And I'm not the tallest guy, so that's not good for my size. I'm also not very short. Don't get it twisted. I'm average. Yeah, I'd love to go back to the gym. That's one thing I miss the most. Now, technically, I'm still paying for my damn gym membership, but like, I don't know. I don't go because I have this weird guilt thing, right? Like, I could go to the gym. It's open. They have outdoor stuff. But if I'm comfortable going to the gym, then I should feel comfortable going back to work, right? And I don't. So I don't go to the gym because I can't be a hypocrite. I can't, you know, have your cake and eat it too, the old saying. So I don't. Because I'm trying to be safe for myself and for my family. But there's the problem. And I don't want to stop paying for it because I got a good deal. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Oh, just to hit a Stairmaster again. That was my jam. 40 minutes on the Stairmaster every session first. Always. And then just weights. My cats are very cozy right now. They are knocked out. Yep. So after this run, I'm gonna go ahead and wow. What the heck? What in the world? How did that fucking happen? Day. Thanks, Nate. That was bizarre. Sorry, I was looking at the chat on my phone. I didn't notice it. Okay, no, we're good. We're back. What was I gonna say? Oh, after this run, I'm gonna go do the event. We can go take a look and see how hard it is, because I have a few milestones I need to complete before I can call it a day today. That's my goal. Ooh, there we go. Bleed that bitch out. Well, Tumbleweed, you fucking failed. You didn't say it fast enough, and Nate beat you to it. Sorry. Get those goals. I'm working on it, dude. I gotta be honest. Okay, so here's the deal. Like, I'm here and I'm selling myself, right? Like that, I'm trying to get people to want to watch me and hear what I have to say. So here's the deal. I'm gonna be slowly trying to get out of my bubble and allow myself to maybe share some things about myself that I wouldn't normally share with people. But one of the things being that I struggle with some pretty I hate to say severe, because part of my brain says that like I shouldn't complain, but I have some issues with anxiety and OCD and some depression, and so so those are things that I'd like to talk about, I think, and maybe help others work through it, because I've lived with it this long, and I don't have the best coping mechanisms, but I do have some coping mechanisms. And so that's something about me that I don't talk a lot about, and my wife can attest to that. I don't really care to bring that up very often, some of the stuff that my brain fights with. Like there are some tics that I used to do that I have repressed, part of my OCD, and I'm glad I don't do them on camera anymore, but I used to catch myself at work doing that. Yeah, welcome to content creating. I know, it's weird. Like I keep saying it, I need to sell myself. I need to sell myself. I need to be who I am, and I need to be honest, and obviously not share everything about my life, but if people want to come and see here and talk to me and hear what I have to say, I'm going to share my experiences. Yeah, just do it. Anything works for lots of people. Maybe they don't know it, just tell them. Yeah, that was my thought, Tumbleweed, too. I mean, who knows? I mean, I started this thing thinking that I could focus on one thing or another, and that's part of my like anxiety. My brain kind of jumps around when I feel like I'm not being successful at one thing. I guess that'd be more OCD. When I'm not being successful at one thing, I try to change. Instead of changing the parts that don't work, I change the whole thing, because I'd rather give up, right? And that's not healthy. And give up's not the right word. I guess like readjust the focus, when I should keep the focus, but adjust the way I go about it, maybe is what I'm trying to say. And so I started out, I think when I started out, it was it was YouTube specifically. I hadn't even thought about streaming, and I did the whole editing thing. My YouTube video is on my channel. You can go watch it. I did 2 YouTube videos, and the editing part's fucking hard. And not that I don't like it, I'm struggling with some of the equipment too. So I was like, okay, I give up. And then I found you could stream on Xbox. I was like, okay, I'll do that. And then I started on Destiny, and then like I'm rotating through games, and then I'm talking about like how I want to be maybe like not necessarily a commentator, but I would like to have a setup to where I could have a stream where I could pull up stuff from the internet and we could talk. Cause that's the thing. I want to talk about stuff. And in the beginning, I mean, you all know how it is in the beginning. You know, you don't have anyone to talk to. What's your offer, Nate? I'll take any advice. I don't know. I guess I'm having trouble finding my voice. I don't know. I'm not sure. Not sure where to start. It is hard, for sure. Trying to stay focused here. If you go through clips on your Twitch, I could help editing. I do make clips on occasion, and I have seen the ones that you made for me, Nate. You're taking a class for it. I mean, yeah, I would be willing to take any help if you're willing to help. We can talk about that in the Discord chat if you'd like. That'd be great. Because right now I'm just uploading my straight streams to YouTube, which if you don't have people that want to watch you, you're not going to get anyone watching those videos, you know. It's just hard. It's real bizarre. You know, I kind of understand the ins and outs. I've been on the internet long enough to kind of know what people do, some of the trends and how things work, like flow of technology and flow of information. But I got to implement it, I guess. I need to I don't know. I need to find my voice. I guess that's the bottom line. I got to find my voice. That's the part where we're at right now. And even right now, talking about this stuff is kind of refreshing. You know? Talk about a little bit of mental health while I kick some bad guys' butts in Contest of Champs. I will look at that link in just a moment. Example of what you did for your stream. Cool. Give me a sec. Oh, I'm gonna hit him with that SP3. No, Deadpool, don't do it. Dang it. Oh, dang. He wrecked me. You know, thinking about it now, it's difficult because who I am as like a person, a friend, the stuff that we used to like to do, my interests, they're different now, obviously, because we don't get to go do that stuff like we used to. So, like, we love to go to Disneyland. We don't get to be Disney streamers or Disney video makers because that's not a thing we can do anymore. I don't know. I don't want to cop out and say it's all quarantine's fault, but it's all fucking quarantine's fault. All right, I'm going to look at your video real quick. I like it. The emphasis on like the faces, the close-ups on the faces. That's nice. Yeah, Tumbleweed, everything has to be reinvented thanks to COVID. And see, that's the thing. I don't want to talk about politics and COVID, but that's the only thing that is on my YouTube feed right now because that's all I watch. It's so annoying. I don't know. I'd rather talk about conspiracy theories or not the political ones, like the fun ones, like DB Cooper and the ones where like random dead people or missing 411, things like that. I'd love to talk about that shit. Or serial killers, or that's some of the stuff that I always have liked to talk about. So yeah, I don't know. Like your weekly Marvel and Murder Mondays where we talk about serial killers that are lesser known, and also we play Marvel Contest of Champs on stream. Alien crashes in Roswell. Yes. Abso-fucking-lutely. That's why is my arm is loose. What is happening? What is wrong with you? Stop it. Stop moving. Alien crashes in Roswell. Government cover... No, not government cover-ups, but you know what I mean. Alien cover-ups. Ancient aliens. Down for that. I know Tumbleweed likes that stuff. The missing 411. Camping abductions. And so I would love to get that set up to where I could pull up like web articles. Like I said, I think a big component of it is I'm having technological walls slowing me down. Literally, if I try to pull up a web page right now on my computer I'm using to stream this, it would just shut down. I think the computer would just shut up and be like, nope, not handling it. That's okay though. We'll get there. We'll get there. Like I said, I have a financial backer who might help me out with that next week or so. And I've already got some stuff lined up. I'm not going to build my own because I've never done that. I'm not that savvy. I could if I really, really did research, but I think for my first streaming PC, I'm going to let someone do it for me, and I'll get something kind of mid-range, and we'll get it sorted. And then I have an actual station, and we'll be looking professional. You're freezing me, Iceman. And then, last week when I was having issues with my capture card, I never even looked to see if it worked again. I just kind of shut everything off, and I was like, I'm sick of this, so I need to look and see if I can get that working. Because I got some stuff I could play. I got my Super Nintendo I could play. I don't know. I'm getting my thoughts organized. I got lots of ideas and not necessarily any structure to it, and that's a problem as well. But for now, as long as I get on here, right? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, he's freezing me. He's freezing me. Ah, damn it. I had a wifey in the background. She's trying to be sneaky, but she's not. Don't worry, I protect you. I protect you from the internet. Run! She had to get her crackers. One of these days, I'm getting you on stream. I will do it. She's too shy. She's camera shy. But she made a TikTok the other day and she got like 300, 400 views. Oh, 600. Excuse me. Sorry. I forgot how hard this path was. I'm fucking up. Yikes. What is one of my favorite conspiracy theories? Sorry, get it right. You guys know the one about... Is it the Isdal man? The guy who's found in like a beach in Australia, who had that piece of paper in his pocket, no labels on his clothes or anything like that. They thought he might have been a spy, and he just was dead. Talmud should, something like that. I don't remember. Oh, see, I need to look these stuff up. I used to read all these all the time. And like, the piece of paper came from a book that was found in the backseat of a car, like 6 blocks away, with a woman's phone number in it, who says that she'd never met the guy before, but then come to find out, they may have had a relationship and like they have a kid possibly years later. I don't know. Some crazy fucking shit. Okay, hold on. Why am I getting notifications? Let me turn on my do not disturb. Sorry, hold on. Beep. How do y'all feel about the theory of Mace Windu being the guy who saved Grogu from the Jedi Temple back during Order 66? I don't know how I feel about that. Oh no. Ah. Mace was busy with other things at the time. You mean like falling off a building? With no arm? I mean, technically there was never a body found, right? And getting arms cut off is a Star Wars trope. And most people do not die from that. I think none of them died. Even the first arm to ever get cut off in the cantina in A New Hope, I don't even think he died. And he's the only one that bled. There's actually blood. Like getting flung out of a window? Yeah. Mace Windu ain't got no windows. That was terrible. This is what happens when I have coffee. At 3:52. The dad jokes come out. Okay, so then what's the other theory? That it was Yaddle. It was Jedi Master Yaddle. Here, I need to put this in frame so you guys... Hold on. I prefer my coffee on the dark side. You probably can't even see that. My giant... I still have yet to use this. This thing is massive. Look, this is my hand. Insert dad joke. I was gonna make your mom joke with that insert dad joke line. Insert dad into your mom joke. That's disgusting. The lightsaber cuts so hot it cleans the wound. Yeah, that's only later on, dude. That was only in Empire. In New Hope, lightsabers made you bleed. Obi-Wan cut that guy's arm off in the cantina, and there was blood. Blood. I'm not doing so good. I lost my 2 top champs already. Come on, Wolverine. Oh, and then we were going to talk about WandaVision initially, right? That's what we were talking about. WandaVision. Nate, have you watched it yet? I know Tumbleweed probably has not. There's a lot. If you don't know anything that's going on as far as like the comic books, it's kind of nonsensical right now. There's a lot of shit going on. But anyway, what they're probably setting up, because Wanda has powers over like reality, her little witch powers can change reality. They're probably going to set up something happening to her that creates mutants in the MCU, because as of right now, there's no precedent for mutants to exist, but Marvel owns mutants and X-Men, so they have to find a way to bring them into existence, right? And in the comic books, the House of M series, Wanda actually kind of gets not tricked. She gets manipulated into whispering. There's like a big there's a very famous screenshot of the comic book where she says no more mutants. She like whispers it, no more mutants, right? And because she said that, she completely erased all mutants from existence for a short period of time, or a long period of time. I forget how long it was. But anyway, so because there haven't been mutants, right? Excuse me. It kind of makes sense that they're doing the House of M story, but maybe she'll do the opposite and she'll bring mutants into existence somehow. Because technically, Wanda in the comics is a mutant. So is her brother, Pietro. He was a mutant as well. And they kind of gloss over that because they weren't allowed to say the word mutant or X-Man back then when they first introduced the characters. So it would make sense to me they do a reverse no more mutants and bring, yes, lots of mutants in, and then we'll have mutants exist. Maybe she'll like just make it to where they've been around for a long time. Because remember, some of them, like Wolverine's super old. So how are they? They're not going to make him a newborn mutant, you know? We don't need baby Wolverine running around with little bone claws. We want full-grown Wolverine. And in that storyline, Wanda was being manipulated by Mephisto and Agatha Harkness, which is a witch that was working for Mephisto. And that seems to be the route they're going with the show, because you have Agnes, which could be a play on the name Agatha Harkness, Agnes, and she's in the show. We think she's a witch. We're not sure yet, because there's some crazy shit going on. If you haven't watched it, I highly recommend you watch it. It starts out kind of boring, but every episode, like, weird shit happens, and then more shit each episode. Really, really cool. And you have Monica Rambeau, who was the little girl in the Captain Marvel movie. She's grown up now, and she works for SWORD, which is like S.H.I.E.L.D. but in outer space. Yeah, I don't know. There's some crazy shit. Crazy shit. There's a man in a beekeeper suit. Don't know what that means yet. We're figuring it out still. What mutants would you guys like to see first? Like, how do you think they should introduce it? I think Wolverine is a staple, but I would hate to see them go with him first just because he's been so overplayed. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, he's great, and Hugh Jackman will always be Wolverine. He did an amazing job, but there's so many other characters you could choose from. And the fact that now they have Deadpool 3 confirmed in the MCU, they have to bring mutants about, right? So what mutants work with Deadpool? Are they going to do Domino? Are they going to do Cable? Who else does he work with primarily? Mr. Sinister has been one of his rivals. Or not a rival, but, you know. Banshee he's kind of worked with. Huh? Lots they could do. Lots they could do. Oh, fuck. Top of the hour, folks. You know what that means. Boop. Ad time. Let's see. Do you think they would start with? Hey, Evilly, thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. Do you think they would start with the X-Men, the original X-Men? I kind of hope not. I want to see him. I want to see him go an alternate route. Here we go. Get out of here, Rogue. Oh, you know what? I just realized they're going to do Rogue. They have to. They have Captain Marvel. Rogue got her flying powers and her strength from Captain Marvel. They have to. They got to do Rogue. That'd be super cool. They don't address that in the original X-Men movies because, you know, they didn't have the rights to, but you could totally have... Okay, so Wanda's going to bring mutants into existence, right? And then Rogue is going to meet Captain Marvel and going to touch her and take her powers or something. I don't know. Something like that. Now the question is, will they give her her special green and yellow leotard? That's the real question. And her southern accent. And if they do Rogue, they'll probably do Gambit too. Wasn't there supposed to be a Gambit movie? I feel like I remember hearing about that. I think it might have been lined up for after Wolverine Origins, but Wolverine Origins flopped, so they never did. I just hope they bring Deadpool and Spider-Man together. That's the shipping that everyone's been waiting for. They want that Spidey bromance. Can you picture Tom Holland and Ryan Reynolds, with Ryan Reynolds like following Tom Holland around like a puppy dog? Kind of weird, right? It's a really weird thought. Because Deadpool's got like some weird infatuation with Spider-Man. That's why he kind of designed his costume like that. We've already got plenty of Colossus, but I'm sure they'll bring him back for the Deadpool 3 movie because he's kind of been like the staple, the foil to Deadpool.
I couldn't give a shit if they bring back Negasonic Teenage Warhead. I mean, she was fine, but there's way better X-Men to use. If they bring back Mystique, I hope they never, ever, ever even think about casting Jennifer Lawrence because she was fucking terrible. And they made the entire series about her, which was stupid. And they made her a good guy, which was even more stupid. She's a fucking villain. But they have to bring in Mystique because she is Nightcrawler's mom, right? Just don't do Jennifer Lawrence. She's done. She had her 10 years in the lights, right? 10-year minute of fame. A 10-year minute? That doesn't make any sense. I never thought that she was that good of an actress personally, but whatever. Fucking Hunger Games. Don't get me started on Hunger Games. That fucking movie. Someone stole like a movie or a novel trope that has been done at least 3 other times. Running Man was about a dystopian future where people hunted each other and blah blah blah. Like, fuck off. Hunger Games wasn't anything new, and it got so popular because stupid teenage book writers and Twilight were really popular at the time. No one remembers Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger? That book is basically the same thing. Or Deadliest Game? That's a classic. Hunger Games. Get out of here, Katniss. Oh, but speaking of bringing X-Men into the MCU, we were glancing at the cast list for WandaVision, and Hunger Games was super copied, dude. Super copied. But I was saying that we're looking at the cast list for WandaVision, and Evan Peters. Oh, yeah, Stephen King wrote one. I forget what it was called, but yes, you're correct. Stephen King wrote one. Dystopian future, people hunt each other. Uprising bullshit. Yeah. Although I will say, the movie Mother, was it Mother? It might have been Mother. Jennifer Lawrence was in it relatively recently, I think 2019. That was a good movie. Could have been done with anyone else, but that was a good movie. That one was with Jennifer Lawrence and that one really rugged guy who played like the guy with the baseball bat in The Walking Dead. Shit, I forget his name. But anyway, it was basically like an allegory for the Christian faith. But it takes place in one house. Like, she was Mother Nature and he was God. And then they had a son and blah, blah. Whatever. Good movie. Whatever. Jennifer Lawrence sucks. Moving on. Evan Peters coming into the MCU. Who do you think he's going to play? What mutant did Evan Peters play in the past 5-6 years? I'll give you 2 guesses. Never mind. It's fucking Quicksilver, right? So in our MCU, Quicksilver died. He got killed by Ultron. They're bringing Evan Peters back. I think he's going to be Quicksilver. I think she's going to try and like reincarnate Quicksilver. I don't know. I'm so interested on how they're going to do it. Because the Quicksilver that Evan Peters played was, in fact, a mutant. How are they going to bring him into the MCU? And how are they going to acknowledge the fact that he doesn't even look like the Pietro that Wanda grew up with, right? Because they don't look the same. You got one looking like Kick-Ass and the other one American Horror Story. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It'll be really interesting to see what they do. And I think it's going to have to go tied in with her reality bending powers, because how else would they acknowledge that it's not the same Pietro? She's gonna, I don't know, like maybe bending dimensions, maybe Multiverse of Madness is gonna tie in because that's supposed to feature Wanda as well with Doctor Strange. I don't know. There's so much. My mind can't comprehend. But I know they have a plan, which I'm super excited for. Dun 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 dun. I think I need to go with Blade on this one. So yeah, we got Evan Peters. Is that his name? Am I getting his name right? Now I'm confusing Chris Evans with Evan Peters. And why do all these guys have the same names? There's like 6 Chris's. Gonna be 3 Evans. Roberts. I don't know. But yeah, they're gonna bring him back. And then they're bringing in Wanda and Vision's children, which she just gave birth to in the last episode. Speed and Wiccan are their names. They're twins. And one has Wanda's powers and one has Pietro's powers. Because, of course, they do. Billy and Tommy. Tommy Kaplan and Billy something. I forget their names. So what I don't understand is Vision's dead, right? How is Vision dead and also had kids with Wanda? So here's my theory. Without getting into all the shit that's been going down in the show, in the beginning of Infinity War, Vision and Wanda were in hiding together, and they weren't supposed to be. I think Vision got in trouble from Captain America for like turning off his beacon or whatever, right? So they were in hiding in Amsterdam, I believe it was. And Vision might be a robot. Well, he's technically not a robot. He's a synthezoid. He's a synthetic man. So he's got all the parts. So my theory is that Vision knocked up Wanda at the very beginning of Infinity War, right? And then hours or a day or two later is when Thanos did his little snappy snap, right? And Vision's dead with his skull crushed in. The thing popped out of his head. And then Wanda got dusted. So then you fast forward 5 years, and then Endgame happens, and Iron Man snaps his fingy fangs, and brings everyone back exactly how they were when they were snapped, just current day, right? So that means that Wanda is still like a day or two out from her conception. She's got little baby embryos in there, little twin embryos, or they're probably not twins yet. They haven't split yet, but you know what I mean. So if that's the case, then this whole show can be taking place 9 months after the end of Endgame. Right? And so then, to give you some spoilers for the show, Wanda, all we know is that Wanda is in some weird pocket reality in a real town called Westview, and either her or someone who is also a witch is creating this TV-like reality to either keep her contained or so she can keep herself contained. Stop giving me notifications. And then at the end of episode 3, the 70s, so it started out 50s, 60s, and then 70s. At the end of episode 3, she gives birth to both kids. So I think she's in her own head making this reality, but she might be being manipulated by someone, because you get little hints that Sword, who is outside of the reality bubble, is trying to get in contact with her, and they're confused as to who's controlling her. So there might be some weird like manipulation going on, but I'm pretty sure it's her creating the reality because she can rewind it and change things, right? So I think she created this reality, and because her powers were created from the same stone that was in Vision's head, I think that maybe they have some sort of entanglement in their brains, and so she's keeping him alive by creating this reality, because technically part of his consciousness is inside of her because of the Mind Stone, right? Okay. So she made this place so that she could be happy with Vision, but he's still technically dead. And maybe she made it to cope with the fact that she's about to give birth to twins, and she can't bear to live without Vision. I don't know. This is the part where I'm starting to lose even myself. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But in the show, she literally gets pregnant at the end of episode 2 and gives birth at the end of episode 3, and an afternoon has passed. Like, it's within the same day. They talk about how quickly she shows, and then her water breaks, and the whole time shit's going crazy. So maybe she's manipulating the world as a TV show to justify the fact that she woke up pregnant. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with my own damn theory. All I know is that some crazy shit's going on, and I hope Mephisto shows up. That'd be pretty cool. It would be a different step for Disney to put a devil in a show or a movie, because that's very not family friendly necessarily. Also, anything that has anything spiritual or ghost like or Christian like completely bombs in China, because they just ban it outright because they don't like that stuff. But I don't think Disney Plus is in China, so they might not care about the ratings in China, because they're not going to get those ratings anyway, because they can't watch that stuff unless they have a VPN, right? In which case, if you have a VPN and you're trying to get around the Chinese government banning the movie, then you probably don't care about ghosts and demons in your movies. I don't know. That's my theory. Some weird shit going on. The town that she created the reality in, it seems like some people are aware that they're in a bubble. Others maybe don't. Monica Rambeau knew. I think she might have infiltrated the bubble as a sword operative. I don't know. Y'all gotta watch it though. Some weird stuff going on. It was very cool though to see like the 50s and 60s. They even filmed those segments in front of a live studio audience. There's a real human laugh track on there. Like they got Dick Van Dyke to consult on the show to make sure they were doing it right. Dick Van Dyke is so old. How is he even doing that anymore? But whatever. I love Dick Van Dyke. So yeah, they're going to bring them twins in, and then they're going to make it established that they are mutants. And then Wanda's going to have to somehow bring mutants into existence. I just don't know how they're going to do it. A la House of M. Something like that. I don't know. Either way, it's good shit. It tickles my nerd brain, for sure. Hey. Again, mutants, super cool to see in the MCU. Who is your favorite mutant, guys? Give me a name, anybody, because there's so many to choose from. Whoa, I hear voices. Someone's outside my house. Creepy. I don't know if you guys can hear that. It's weird sounding. Ah, fuck you, Deadpool. Ooh, you know what was a fun game? Deadpool. on the Xbox was a fun game as well. That might be fun to play when they announce, or whenever, you know, when they announce the new Deadpool movie. I played that one for a while. I don't know if I ever finished it, actually, now that I think about it. I would love to see more symbiotes. I'd love to see Venom brought into the MCU, but fucking Sony, man. They're never going to let go of Spider-Man, ever. Ever. Disney would have to give them like 95% of the profits for some contract to get any of those characters into the MCU. Which I think that if they made some sort of contract, might be worth it, right? If you had every Marvel property under one studio and you could do whatever you wanted with them and just dish out a whole bunch of money to Sony to do it, you would get, I think you would have a lot of people like me who would come to watch that stuff, right? I'd fucking watch it. I want Venom. I want Carnage. But I want it with Spider-Man. I want it with the Sinister Six, you know? Anytime Marvel Studios gets their hands on a property, they do such a good job. Kevin Feige, Jon Favreau, they for sure show they care about the content. That's really refreshing to see. Sony just doesn't have a plan. They have no plan for their stuff. They're just like, throw a movie out there. It didn't do good, let's reboot it. Do it again. Throw another movie out there. Venom. But guess what? He's in San Francisco and there's no Spider-Man. Like, what the fuck was that about? Don't get me wrong, I like the Venom movie to an extent, but how are you gonna have Venom with no Spider-Man? That's like half his character arc, is how much he hates Spider-Man because the symbiote and Eddie Brock both were fucked over by Spider-Man, basically. And then, you know, you get the symbiotes in the Spider-Man universe, and you could do things like anti-Venom. Get symbiotes in the Marvel universe, you get things like Venomized Captain America and Venomized Iron Man. Venomized Wolverine X-23 is a super badass comic book line. Y'all should read it. I wonder, because I do read comic books on my phone, what is the rules about streaming comic books? Like if I wanted to read them. That is an interesting thing. I should look into that. To kind of give people some background on movies that's going on in case people aren't totally aware. That's an interesting question. Because I know Tumbleweed for sure has expressed interest in learning a little bit more about the Marvel Cinematic Universe and comics in general. Ah! Fucking Longshot. How does Longshot bleed if he's a robot? Look at that. How's he bleeding? He's a four-fingered robot. How is he bleeding? Do I need to refer to the book? We're referring to the book. Ba-ba-bum. Knowledge time. Let's take a look here. Longshot. L-O... Longshot. He is genetically engineered with powers that include the ability to affect probability to bring him good luck. He can telepathically read a person's memories. Oh. Oh, he's not a robot. I'm wrong. I must have confused him. He's synthetically created. He's genetically engineered. He was engineered to be a slave on a race of people who don't have spines on Mojo World. I never read those comic books. That is bizarre. He's a lucky, genetically engineered corn cob who can read your thoughts and memories. There you go. The more you know. There's all sorts of noise going on outside this house right now. Give me 1 second. Pause. Hold that thought. Holy shit. It is fucking cold outside. Feels like winter. Anyway, what are some other comic book characters we could talk about? What else is going on in the world of the MCU? We got Falcon and Winter Soldier coming up on Disney Plus. We've got Loki. Those are all out a ways though, probably not towards the end of the year or next year. Those all look really interesting. I don't know about the Falcon and Winter Soldier. I wasn't a huge Falcon fan, but whatever. There's also a rumor going around that Chris Evans is in talks of playing Captain America again. I don't know how they're going to do that. But he also denied it and said he had no idea what people were talking about. I know my wife would be happy to see Captain America again. I don't think she's listening. I think she's got her headphones in. Good. She don't need to hear that. Oh, you know what? While I have you guys here in chat, I had mentioned this earlier on. We had a friend of ours just yesterday. Her dad passed away due to a car accident, a minor. I was about to do the donation for Vanessa's dad, and you ruined it by talking about Captain America's booty. Wait, can you do me a favor though? Since are you in chat? Yeah. Can you put the link in chat for us? And so a friend of ours lost her dad yesterday, and unfortunately with that comes things like medical, hospital costs, funeral costs, all that. Obviously you guys don't feel obligated to help, but if you could give it a share, that would be really beneficial just to get the word out. I know some of you aren't even in California, but we're going to post the link for the GoFundMe and just share it around. That'd be really helpful. It was a car accident that caused some swelling in the spine, and apparently they didn't catch it. Just a mild fender bender. And I think this is me talking. I've not talked to her about what she thought happened, but I think that maybe the hospital was understaffed and overwhelmed because of COVID, and maybe things weren't taken care of the way they should have been, and they didn't look for things the way that they might have otherwise. So this kind of goes back into what fucking wear your mask and stuff, and don't overload the hospitals. That's the whole point, right? That because of this, other things are getting lost and falling through the cracks. So Yanni Lewis has put the link down there. Again, check it out. Just share it if you can, or if you can spare a couple bucks, I would appreciate it. Don't worry about me in the stream, but this is kind of a big deal, and we love to help her as best we can, because I can only imagine losing your father like that. Yeah, not fun stuff, and not a good way to start off the year. Again, share it, view it, click it, whatever. We really appreciate any little bit. Thank you so much. That's all I'm going to say on that. Let's get back to comic books. Man, the wind is like rattling the house right now. Oh no, I picked the wrong character because I don't have enough health to last. Oh no, I'm going to die. Well, that was great. Oh, but yes, wifey, since you're in the chat, someone had put a rumor out there that Chris Evans was playing Captain America again. His name is not Captain Booty. His name is Captain America. But Chris Evans replied that he had no knowledge of this. So take that how you will. I don't know how they would bring him back. That's the question, right? I don't know what. I don't know why you're yelling. Text in the chat. Ooh, I fucked up. He's gonna kill me. I fucked up. I fucked up. One hit knockout. Oh, okay, good. Whew, scared me. Maybe he'll just play old man Cap. Captain Wrinkly Booty. It's more like it. Where are we at on these quests, guys? Are we getting close? Oh, 9 out of 15. We're getting there. I need one more. Oh, I didn't even do any of these. Dang. Okay. We'll be here for a little bit. No big deal. Nightcrawler. Oh, that's right. We were talking about Nightcrawler. Mephisto is his mom, and his dad is Azazel, who is a demon in a different dimension. And that's why when Nightcrawler bamfs and teleports, you can smell sulfur, because he actually doesn't just teleport from point A to point B. He teleports through a different dimension, and a little bit of that dimension escapes through his little portal that he makes. And that whole dimension that he goes through is just fire and brimstone. That's where his daddy's from. And Mephisto is blue. No, sorry, not Mephisto. Mystique is blue. And that's why his skin is blue. I don't know why he doesn't have any shape-shifting abilities. You would think he would, right? Niafem. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, a Nifem is a child born of an angel and a human, right? I think that's what that is. I think Wifey would know more about that because I think they talk about Nifem in Supernatural, which is a show we watched together. Then we got Wolverine. Good old Logan. Magneto once threw him into the sun, and I think he was actually dead. Dead. All he was a skeleton. And then I think they retconned that, and they came back with... There was like one skin cell left on one of his arm bones, and he was able to regenerate completely from that one cell. Like, it's almost impossible to kill him, along with Deadpool. But their levels of regen vary from story arc to story arc. Sometimes it's completely ridiculous. I've talked about this before. Deadpool had a whole run where every single body part he's ever lost, if he doesn't attach it himself, how do they explain it? It's not that it grows a whole other Deadpool. So say he cuts off his arm, he doesn't regrow his arm, and then that arm grows a Deadpool. But what did happen was, I guess, one time, lots of different body parts found each other and put themselves together and made an evil Deadpool. Well, not evil, but he was like an angry Deadpool of all the parts that he had cut off over the years. Which I think is fucking hilarious. They all had like different colored costumes and stuff. He was all stitched together. That was pretty great. We already talked about Rogue. Rogue, like I said, got her powers from grabbing on to Captain Marvel, and that's why she can fly. That's not technically her power. I don't know, and because I have not really read many X-Men comics, I don't know why, like, when she touches an X-Man, she only gets their powers temporarily. Something that had to do with Captain Marvel made it so that she kept those powers specifically. She was able to keep flight and keep super strength, but whenever she touches other powers, it's like it's only temporary. It doesn't really make sense to me. I don't know. I'll have to do more research on her origin. Like I said, I've not really looked into Rogue. Rogue's power? So Rogue's power is her skin absorbs your life force or essence if she touches you. So if she were to touch a human, basically she would make them weak, and if she held on, she would kill that human. But if she touches a mutant, she absorbs their power. She still makes them weak, and she could kill people, but she does it for a little bit, and she gets their power for a short period of time. But then in some storyline, let me see if I can find it, she touches Captain Marvel. And because Captain Marvel can fly, because Captain Marvel is OP as fuck, she kept flight and super strength. But then also has her ability to absorb powers. Where is she at? Rocket. Oh, here we go. Rogue. So apparently Rogue was adopted by Mystique. I didn't remember that. It doesn't say anything about it in here. It doesn't even say that she has the ability to fly. which is weird. So who's Captain Marvel? Oh, Tumbleweed. You've got some watching to do. Captain Marvel. Okay, so in the MCU, Captain Marvel, she was a fighter pilot who was piloting an experimental test plane that was being built by an alien in disguise, Marvel, right? Not Marvel, Marvel. And the experimental ship was shot down and is being powered by the Tesseract, the blue cube that we see in the Marvel movies. And they crash landed in it, and Marvel died, and the alien who shot it down wanted to take the Tesseract for himself as a fuel source. But Brie Larson's character, her name is Carol Danvers, shot the engine and it exploded. And she got a face full of space-time warping bukkake all over her, and she became super powered. She has the ability to shoot photon blasts out of her fists. She can fly. She's basically immortal. Not immortal. Invulnerable. And super duper strong. And the biggest complaint everyone has in the MCU is that why the fuck wasn't she helping people during any of the other movies? But of course she was on other planets, other galaxies. She can fly. She doesn't need a mask or anything like that. She can just survive in space. Super overpowered. Here, I have a picture right here. So Marvel, the comic books is different. Marvel gave Carol Danvers his powers, and so she went by the name Captain Marvel to, I guess, honor him. But he was an alien. Marvel was a Kree soldier. Was it Kree? I think it's Kree. But this is Captain Marvel, the chick. Oops. And she's gone through several iterations, and there's a Miss Marvel and other stuff. She's super overpowered. I mean, she's cool in the comics, but in the movie, I don't know. It was fine. It was a fine movie. She's a little cocky for my taste. Like, if you're that powerful, where were you during all the fights? I don't know. It's weird. Even in Endgame, she didn't do very much. She's the most powerful Avenger. She almost did nothing. But that's neither here nor there. Look we're on to Iceman, Bobby something. I forget his last name. Bobby, what's his name? Bobby what? Bobby Boucher. No, that's not his name. He, as it turns out, is, I think, the first openly gay superhero. But that wasn't until very recently did they change that. I believe, is it he who it is? I don't remember. But I think they had Bobby come out of the closet in one of the recent issues of X-Men. Which, good on you, Marvel. And he didn't always turn his entire body into ice. That was a more recent development of his powers. He's also considered one of the strongest X-Men. What is his last name? Bobby. God, it's gonna bug me. Bobby something. I'll look him up. Look him up. The whole point of the book, right? Iceman. man. Robert Drake. I knew that. Bobby Drake. He can manipulate temperatures around him, freeze the water vapor in the air, forming a variety of icy weapons, protective ice shields, ice slides, things like that. And they've progressed. And he can turn his entire body into sentient ice. And then during some weird time travel shenanigans, Jean Grey, blah, 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 young Bobby confronted his older self, who admitted he was hiding his feelings. Inspired by the self-confidence of his younger version, he began living as an openly gay mutant. And I think he was the first one that Marvel exposed. I don't know when that was, but definitely was a big hullabaloo. Marvel tends to do that, though. Like, there was a little boy who was bullied and very depressed because there was no not deaf, because Hawkeye became deaf, but there was no, like, handicapped superheroes, right? And this little boy had hearing aids. And so what did Marvel do? They went and they made a whole fucking character of a super hearing, handicapped superhero who... Cool book, says Polka Dotted Kitten. Thank you. He had hearing aids, and they made that just for this kid who was handicapped, and he got, like, teased, and he was sad because there was no such thing as a handicapped superhero. And then Marvel went ahead and did that. Like, they're very what's the word? Anti-ableist. Like, they want to incorporate everybody. Hawkeye is deaf now. Robbie Drake is gay. They have the hard of hearing hero. I forget his name. I don't know if he's in this book, because I think that's kind of a relatively recent development. But yeah, good on Marvel. Let's see, Psylocke. I actually don't know much about Psylocke. I know she's a mutant. I know she creates psionic weapons with her brain. And I think she has some sort of mind manipulation. Not telepathic, but she can cause, like, brain shocks, super headaches, something like that. And then next up is X-23 Wolverine. Okay, so get this. X-23. That means she is the 23rd experimented on mutant in the Weapon X program. Do you care to guess who was number one? Anyone? Any guesses? X-23. Who does she look like? Well, it even says it right there. Wolverine was number one. And I believe... Oh, I did it again. I don't have enough health for this fight. Damn. Wolverine... No, sorry. Wolverine was 1. She's 23rd. 21 was Dakin, who is Wolverine's son / clone. And then Captain America was X... He was Weapon X number... was it 5 or 6? No, wait, hold on. I'm getting confused. It was Wolverine, then it was Hulk, Captain America, Deadpool, X-21 Dakin, X-23, who is Laura Kinney, this one right here. But I don't remember all the numbers. So technically, the Weapon X program... No, I think I've got that backwards. I think the Weapon X program started with the Hulk. I think he was the initial scientist, and his accident started it. And Wolverine didn't get tested on until later, and that's why he had bone claws and then his adamantium claws. I think Hulk was number one because that's what he was working on when he was doing the gamma radiation experiments. He was working on the Weapon X program, and it backfired and turned him into the Hulk. And then it was Captain America, because they actually, in the movie, you actually see them shoot him full of Vita rays and gamma radiation. So it was the continuation of Bruce Banner's work. And then it was Wolverine, who is Weapon X. He's number 10. That's why he's Weapon X, number 10. And then there's a whole bunch of other ones. I think Deadpool is X. What is he? He's like X 16. I don't know. I gotta do more research. I don't remember. It's too much. But yeah, I think Hulk is X number 1. The original Weapon X. But he was never weaponized by the government because ain't nobody controlling the Hulk. You know what I mean? Oh, and then continuing with that, Dakin and Laura Kinney are clones of Wolverine. And the reason why Laura Kinney only has 2 claws on her hand, and they kind of explain it in the Logan movie, is that she's a female. So her 3rd claw comes out of her foot for like aggressive attacks and defense and things like that. So she has 3 claws, just 1 comes out of her foot and the other 2 are out of her hands. But she is technically a clone of Wolverine, a female clone. And then we come to Unstoppable Colossus. He's Colossus, right? And Colossus, he can cover himself in organic metal. He goes from like 6 foot to like 8 foot when he goes into his metal form. And he's bulletproof. He's all sorts of proofed things. But this is Unstoppable Colossus, and he actually has the talisman that gives Juggernaut his powers. Juggernaut might be a mutant, but his powers come from the talisman. That's why even right here it shows he's a mystic. He's not a mutant, he's mystic. He has mystical powers from his talisman that once he starts moving, he can't be stopped. He is unstoppable. And he's Russian. I think we knew that. I forget his name. I never cared for Colossus in the comics. And that might have something to do with the fact that when I was a kid and the first Colossus that they showed on screen in the old X-Men movies was really boring and he just stood there. Oh, be gone, bot. You are banned. Adios. Oh, we're almost there. Let's do some arena for a little bit right now. We're coming up on 2 hours. We'll get it a little bit longer and maybe we'll open some crystals like we always do. Let's see. Let's go for Sasquatch. So we got Stealth, Spidey, Doctor Doom, and Medusa. We're going to talk about these characters. I like talking about the characters. It kind of tests my own knowledge of these guys. So Stealth Spidey is the Spider-Man from the current MCU. He's Tom Holland, but he went to Europe and didn't bring his suit. So Nick Fury who was actually a Skrull in disguise, gave him this stealth suit so that he wouldn't be recognized. And also, you can't have Spider-Man in Europe or else they'll put 2 and 2 together. So he went by the name Night Monkey because his friend called him Night Monkey to try and throw them off his tail. Trail, rather, not tail. Let's do this one. Dr. Doom, he is the king of Latveria. I knew that. He doesn't have electricity powers like you would think from the Fantastic Four movies that we got. He actually is a sorcerer. He knows mystical powers, very, very similar to Doctor Strange. And the way that they adapted it rather into the movies was he had fucking electricity powers. I don't know. And he wears his mask. He does have skin. He's the king of Latveria, and he's the arch nemesis to the Fantastic Four. Hey, Shrita. No worries. Thanks for popping in. I know it's hard to get our schedules lined up. You're so far on the other side of the world, but I appreciate the support. Thanks for popping in. We're just talking about my superhero knowledge. And then Medusa is an Inhuman who is kind of like a variation on a mutant, but not really. It's like they have an alien gene. They get their powers from alien genetics. They're humans, but then they get like infused with alien soup and they get powers. She's the queen of the Inhumans and they live on the moon. Shrita, how is life going? Did something change? No, nothing changed. I haven't streamed in a little while. I was struggling with just sleep issues and I'm trying to get back to full me, so we're going strong this week. But no, nothing's changed. I think the only thing that's changed is that I don't know. I'm streaming. Oh, you know what? I changed my device. I'm on my tablet for the game as opposed to my phone. I don't know if that's what you're noticing that is a little bit different. The aspect ratio is different. It's more square. Besides that, no, everything's the same. How's school going for you? Sleep issues for 1.5 years? Dude, that's not good. Mine's only been going for about a week. You gotta get some sleep. But I know you're studying, you got school, you're probably killing yourself. Alright. Medusa's power is... Well, we'll get there when we get to her. You're exhausted from study. You're always exhausted from study. You need to take care of yourself. All you students, take care of yourselves. You can see here Dr. Doom. He's got his weird little magical force fields. You were disappointed in the Inhuman series? I never watched it. So Medusa has living hair. Like she can control individually each strand of her hair. And I believe she can change like the density of it. She can make it sharp and hard like swords, and she can use it to shield herself. In this game, she has the power of auto blocks, like her hair automatically can block attacks. But that's a really good question. What are her other powers? Let's take a look. I have my encyclopedia right here. Medusa. She's the queen of the Inhumans, and her king is Black Bolt. Her hair got cut and she was a normal human? I don't remember that. Let's take a look here. Oh no. Come on. Medusa. Yeah, Black Bolt has more powers, and we didn't show a lot of him in the series. Oh, see, I didn't watch the series. Medusa can use her long hair to attack, lift weights, pick locks, and as a whip or a rope. Yeah, as far as this says, there is no other powers that she has. That's kind of lame. Black Bolt has the power of like he can, how do I explain it? His vocal cords can be amplified and he actually can't control it. He has to whisper or he'll like shatter your face if he talks at a normal, if he relaxes his voice and just talks normally, he will shatter like the entire planet. So he has to whisper. If he whispers, even if he whispers, he'll like your eyeballs pop out of your head. But only Medusa has interpreted his body language, so she fell in love with him. He mostly doesn't talk for fear of killing millions of people. What a disappointment. I guess I'm glad I didn't watch it then, right? So we already talked about Captain Marvel, but Wasp and Guillotine 2099, she's a character that's just for the game. She actually is Guillotine, who got put into a different body, but that's lame. We all know who Nick Fury is. We all know who Corvus Glaive is. Let's look and see. We'll do this. We'll do Ant-Man, and we'll do Yellow Jacket. No, let's do Ghost. So these versions of the characters, Wasp and Ant-Man, are wow, I can't remember their names. Scott Lang is Ant-Man. Hope Pym is Wasp. And then I forget Ghost's name. I think in the comics, Ghost was a man. They turned her into a chick for the movies, which is, I don't care. She should have had a power to turn her hair into a weapon or armor to her body. Yeah, that's basically what I think her power was originally. Or at least it is in the game. She makes people bleed with it in the game. And yeah, they have Wasp and Ant-Man have the powers to talk to ants, obviously. They can grow and adjust their size for any situation. So like even while I'm playing this game, Ant-Man has this technique called glancing, and so if he gets hit, he only takes partial damage because in the theory of his powers, he can shrink like microscopically really fast so that he only gets like partially hit, if that makes any sense. Do you think Ghost will come back in the next Ant-Man movie? Ghost is unisex in Marvel movies? That's not nice. Let's see. Ant-Man can also turn into Giant Man. He can go the opposite direction. And he talks to ants using pheromones in an earpiece that interpret his brainwaves into the pheromones that ants use to communicate. And he actually stole the technology from Hank Pym in the comic books the way that he stole it from Hank Pym in the movies. Just a little bit different. He stole it and was using it to rob stores and stuff. And then Hope is Janet Van Dyne's daughter. She was the original Wasp. And technically, I don't think she was married. Oh, hold on. Shriti said, no, you said Ghost had to be a man, but I said it was a woman. Oh, I said that in the comics, I think Ghost was a man in the comic books. But in the movies, she was a woman, which is fine. It doesn't matter. Unless I'm totally wrong. I have not looked up this character, so I could totally be wrong. But I was going to say, Janet Van Dyne was the love interest of not only Hank Pym but also Tony Stark and maybe a couple others. There's even a comic where Hank Pym beats Janet Van Dyne, and there was a whole backlash because this was in the 60s, I think, or 70s, and Hank just like backhands her, and Marvel got into a lot of, well, not Marvel, but the creators of the comic at the time got into a lot of trouble. And it wasn't like justified. It just was straight like husband and wife domestic abuse. Just a shut up, backhand the wasp. It was bad. Yeah, they don't talk about that very often. I have not even read all the comics. I do have a really good knowledge because I read up on them, but I for sure have not read all the comics. I like that you think that I do. Did I read the comics about Strife? No. All I know is that he is another Cable from a different universe. I do not know about Strife. I need to read about Strife. He just looks like a shitty Batman, honestly. But I do need to read up on him. Do you know anything about Strife, Shrita? Oops, not paying attention. I thought you were a collector. Okay, so I have lots of comic books. A lot of them are DC too, and I do read the comics. I have them digital. I do Marvel Unlimited. I read them pretty often. And then all the stuff that I used to have behind me, which this is not my normal set. I moved things around. That was in the other room, and those are just all my pops and nerd paraphernalia. It's not comic books, unfortunately, but I do have quite a few. A lot of DC, some Marvel, a lot of Thor, Deadpool, Green Lantern. But like I said, I do read them in the Marvel Unlimited app. I do read those. It's too late to start collecting. Like at this point, to collect the stuff that I want to read, it would be so expensive because all of those issues are comic books. So unfortunately, no. Well, actually, let me rephrase. Hold on. Let me show you something real quick, guys. So this is the Marvel Comic Reader. And they do offer some free comics. Not always, but they do offer some. And if you go... And this is where you can buy them individually, which I do not recommend because that can be very expensive. I'm sure there are some free. Let's see what they got. See, like, they're about $1.99 a piece if you really wanted to get them on digital. But for $10 a month, you can do this. And this is basically everything. I'm pretty sure it's every digital comic they offer. See, I was reading X-23, I was reading Domino, I was reading Deadpool, I was reading the Venomized series, Old Man Logan, Gwenpool's pretty funny. And I mean, it's worth it if you don't care about collecting, and it's hard to collect. You can't collect nowadays because all the good comics are considered collectors. And oh no, it kicked me out. And everything costs like several $100s to buy a physical copy of the old stuff. That's crazy. Hey, look, we completed a step. All right. I gotta do more X-Men, though. Like I said, if you go to the regular Marvel Comics app, not the Marvel Unlimited, you can read some for free. And there is even... Okay, what is it called? You can find free comic books. there is a file extension. I don't know what it is off the top of my head. It's like .cpx or something like that. And there are sites that provide you with those downloads, and I'm not going to link anything because I don't want to get in trouble, and I'm not really sure what they're called. But they have free comic book viewing apps on the website, on the App Store. And if you find that website, you can download that .cpx or whatever it's called file, and you can then read that comic book in your comic book reader app. Does that make sense? What are they called? Digital comic file. Digital comics formats are called what? CBR or CBZ? If you can find a website that offers free CBR or CBZ files, you can then read those comics in a free comic book reader app. And that's all the information I'll give you, because I don't even know where to find those to download them. I feel bad. Well, I don't want to live in the US, just to be upfront with you. But yeah, I guess we do have access to something that you can't get overseas. Maybe you should get a VPN, Shrita, so you can change your location. Because I remember you were telling me you can't use Marvel Insider because you're in Europe. But if you change your location to, say, Texas, maybe you can use Marvel Insider. Use a VPN. That's not illegal. What happened? Did I freeze? My app froze. My game froze. What the heck? Oh, did you guys see that? That was a sneak peek of my emote that I'm making. I promised to have that this week for you guys. I've been putting it off, and I'm sorry, but I've been dealing with some mental stuff. You use Insider with a VPN, but you're scared to be banned. I can understand that fear. I'd be afraid too. I was tempted to use a VPN for Pokemon Go so I could get Pokemon that spawn in Japan and other countries, but I decided not to because people do get banned. Just be smart about it, I guess. I do like to read comics, but I mostly read Deadpool. And all the other stuff I learn about superheroes either comes from movies or watching YouTube videos or Googling. I like to Google. And Sunspot, he's a mutant who basically is what you think he is. He has the power of the sun, basically. He is a living sun. If I remember correctly, he has some sort of like nuclear origin to his powers, but he's just always on fire. He's also a business tycoon. I forget what his business is, though. He's like super rich. We already talked about Guillotine 2099. So if I remember correctly, Guillotine was like a soul being punished in a guillotine that got turned into like a body, but it was still was a not a guillotine, sorry, like an Iron Maiden, and she was trapped in this Iron Maiden body, and by the will of her soul turned the Iron Maiden into a body that she could manipulate. And then in the story of the game, Guillotine, who has a sword that can trap souls, freed her from the body and gave her a different robot body, and that's what she looks like now. Who would win, Sunspot or Human Torch? That's a really good question. Usually with Human Torch, you get the Fantastic Four together, so it would be 4 against 1 because usually you're very hard pressed to find them separate. But I think technically Sunspot is hotter, if I'm not mistaken. Did you watch the WandaVision series? Yes, I did. We were talking about that earlier. What did you think of it, Shrita? Do you have any thoughts, any theories? It's getting crazy. Yeah, 1v1, I think maybe Sunspot would win. I think he's hotter, but I'm not sure. You haven't watched yet. Okay, all you guys in this chat, you need to watch these movies because I watched them when they come out. I watched Mandalorian the day it came out. I got wifey on WandaVision. We watch it every Friday. I want to talk about it, and you guys are lagging. Watch it when you're free time. You're jealous of my free time. Don't be jealous. My free time is not optional. I wish I had more to do. Will we watch Mephisto? I don't know. I think we're going to see Mephisto. I have a feeling. I have a feeling. We all know about Iron Man, right? This specific Iron Man is Infinity War Iron Man, where he has a nanotech suit that is housed in his arc reactor that is on his chest, which is not permanent, by the way. Is he in the series? Oh, we don't know yet. It seems to be implied, but we don't know if he's in the series yet. The only other spoiler I will give you is that Wanda gave birth to her twins, Billy and Tommy, or as they're known in the comic books, Speed and Wiccan. She did give birth to them, but that's all we know. There's so much crazy shit going on, we don't know what's going on. Is it true they nerfed the Black Order in the movies? There was a 5th member of Black Order. Oh, that I don't know about the 5th member, but I do know they changed the names. Because if I remember correctly, who was it? Corvus Glade, Proxima Midnight, and then the other one, the big guy, that wasn't his name. Shoot, I can't remember his name now. Crap. I'll have to look it up. Yeah, from what I understand, they got nerfed pretty hard, and then they changed the name. They could very well have changed the number of members. Oh yeah, Cull Obsidian was like the name of their group or something like that, and then they changed it and made that his name, and he was like Black Dwarf or something like that. Dwarf Star, I don't know. The Children of Thanos. Well, they changed a lot, right? Because Thanos actually was... His whole reason for killing half of the entire universe was because he was trying to impress Lady Death because he wanted to be with her, and he thought that killing half of the universe would impress her. And also that's why Deadpool can't die, not because of his regeneration abilities, but because Thanos put a curse on Deadpool, because Lady Death and Deadpool were an item, and Thanos was jealous, so he's like, you're never gonna die, because if you die, you get to be with Lady Death, and that's my bae. And that's why Deadpool can't die. And then Thanos killed half the universe, and I think he still got shunned by Lady Death. Was Thanos an Eternal? No, he is a he's a Titan. He's not an Eternal, he's a Titan. We never seen his real-born children either. No, but you know, in the comic books, we did get to see baby Thanos, and I think the Cosmic Ghost Rider was gonna kill him. Frank Castle was gonna kill him. He went back in time. It was real close to killing baby Thanos. Oh, see, here's Mephisto. We hope to see him in the WandaVision show. That'd be pretty cool. It's always about a lady. This is true, Tumbleweed. What do we got? Do I have any synergy with these guys? What's going on? No? We all know who Ghost Rider is, right? Ghost Rider was Johnny Blaze, a stunt bike rider who was possessed by a demon. The demon, what was his name? Shit, I forget the demon's name. Yeah, he's actually like, so here's the whole thing I don't get. The devil is supposed to be evil, right? But all he does is punish bad guys. And so he had this demon who possesses people to do his work for him by punishing bad guys. That's why he's a good guy, because he's just a really mean bad guy. I am not Captain America. I thought we established that I'm Iron Man, Shrita, and that you were Groot. Remember? We talked about this. I look more like Wolverine. Is it just because I'm hairy right now? I need to trim a little bit. What if Donnie's Captain America? I wish. So what, should I shave right here and shave my mustache and do the Wolverine chops? What about Nick Cage? Oh, Johnny Blaze, Nick Cage. Yeah, well, yeah, he played Johnny Blaze. There's also the second iteration of Ghost Rider was named Robbie Ramirez, and he was out of LA, and his ride of choice was a Camaro. And he looked very different. He was still a skeleton, but he looked very like, I don't know, like modern art skull. It wasn't just a skull. He was weird looking. But he drove a possessed Camaro with fire coming out the exhaust on his engine. I wonder if they're gonna do another Ghost Rider. So no, yeah, Nightcrawler's father is Azazel, but the demon that possessed Ghost Rider is not Azazel. It starts with an M. Let me find it. He was possessed by a different. He bonded the demon. Oh, it doesn't start with an M. It starts with a Z. Zarathos. So the demon that bonded with Johnny Blaze is Zarathos. But Mephisto did it. Yeah, no, Nick Cage is Johnny Blaze. Could you imagine if Nick Cage was Ghost Rider? That'd be a movie I want to see. No, it's Zarathos. I just read it. Zarathos, but Mephisto like initiated the bonding. Yeah. Did you know that Nick Cage auditioned to be Superman in the 80s or the 90s? There's photos. There's photos of him dressed up as Superman. It's pretty funny. Ooh, let's do Hulk Ragnarok, although technically he's Gladiator Hulk. Can't wait till 2022 for more Marvel movies. I agree, Shrita. So Hulk got lost in space and landed on a planet, Sakaar. That part they got right in the comics, kind of. He got lost in space. But while he was there was no Thor. Thor didn't go in the comic books to Sakaar. He actually fought with Beta Ray Bill, but that's a whole different issue. And he helped lead a revolution against the oppressors of Sakaar with Korg, who, I mean, he looks the same-ish, I guess, whatever. And he actually ended up having a kid on Sakaar named Scar, who is just a big monster. He looks just like the Hulk, but he's gray, and he doesn't ever transform back into a human. He just is always a monster. And shortly after Hulk leaves Sakaar, he comes back as Worldbreaker Hulk and kills everybody. How happy are you from 1 to 10 for the new president? Here's the deal, Shrita. He's just a public figure. He's still a centrist, whereas I am more left-leaning, so we do not agree on everything. And I don't worship politicians. So he's so far making good decisions, and he's doing things that I didn't expect. Like, I think my wife told me he put a bust of Cesar Chavez in his office, which I wouldn't expect any president to do, but that's really like kind of interesting. And he's I mean, I agree with him more than the last president, that's for sure, but it's a long road, and we're just one step in the right direction for what I would hope to see for the country. But like I said before, yeah, he defends even LGBT rights, which is great. We need to be defending everybody. Who are we to choose how anyone lives? One reason why I said earlier, Shrita, that I would rather not live in the United States. I'd rather go to any other country because they've got it figured out. We're so far behind here. As a nation, we are such an infant. We haven't figured this shit out yet. It's scary. But like I said, I don't want to be a political stream, so I don't want to talk about it. We accept everyone in this stream, and unless you start spouting off shitty, homophobic, ableist, Republican idealist bullshit, I don't want to hear it. You know what I mean? We're here to talk about comic books. We're here to talk about good stuff and be accepting for everybody. I'm 007, apparently. Shrita thinks I'm Captain American, Wolverine, Iron Man, and 007, and I'm okay with that. And Shrita is a Ninja Turtle. Which Ninja Turtle are you? Let me guess. Michelangelo? You like pizza? I was wanting to watch the Ninja Turtle movies the other day. I haven't seen those in so long. You're the blue, so you are you're Donatello, huh? You're the nerd. What a nerd. He's the smart one. Leo is the leader, if I remember correctly. Raphael is the rogue and the violent one. Mikey is the goofball. And Donatello is like the science geek. Yeah, you're a nerd? Hey, own it. I'm a nerd too. Just not about like math or anything. I'm a nerd about other stuff. Obviously. You mean you're not Casey Jones? You're not Casey Jones, Trita? Or are you, what are their names? What's the pig and the rhino's name? Shit, I forget their names. What are their names? Crap. They all have the same strength. Yeah, they do. You're not Casey Jones? What are the fucking... Oh, Rocksteady. Rocksteady is one of them. That's the name of my alliance is Rocksteady. I forgot about that. Rocksteady and I don't remember the next one. Whatever. I'm getting tired. You know what, my friends? Rhino. His name's not Rhino. We're at 2.5 hours. I'm gonna call it a night there. I gotta go get some dinner with my lovely wife. She's been waiting for me patiently in the bedroom. So that's gonna be it for me today. We're gonna be back with Marvel Contest of Champs on Friday. Tomorrow I'm gonna take off, and Wednesday I'm gonna be on with my brother doing No Man's Sky. If you have an Xbox and want to join, I think we might be able to make that happen. We can get some people in the group. That might be a good time. Shrito, I'm trying to close out here. What do you want? What power would I choose? For what? Like a comic book power? I think. So I heard this joke once. The best superhero power is the power to refill things, right? And you might think that that's a dumb power, but think about it this way. Like, what if someone's like irritating you? You could refill their bladder, right? Or what if, like, where you're thirsty, refill your cup, right? Or you're feeling a little bit lonely, refill your bed with ladies, preferably. I don't know, or men, whatever floats your boat. That's one that I heard. Or what's another one? To cause like minor inconveniences. I think I saw that on TikTok the other day. It was like, that's a superpower. Why would you? Oh, what the hell? And then he like pulls a rock out of his shoe, and he just keeps putting rocks in his shoes and being really inconvenient. I don't know. No, 2 girls, 1 cup. Get that shit out of here, Shrita. No 2 girls, 1 cup. If I had to pick a power, I think it would be super intelligence, right? Because all these heroes that are super intelligent, like Tony Stark, Spider-Man, Batman, they have the ability to make so much money, and then they could basically make any technology that could mimic any other power. You know what I mean? I think that would be my pick. Super intelligence, or I don't know. I want to run really fast. You want to see a hero with big boobs and ass. That's literally every superhero. That's every female hero. Yeah, okay, enough of this. We're done. I'll see you guys all on Wednesday. We're playing No Man's Sky. Check out my Instagram, Damn It Donnie Official. Check me out on Twitter, Damn It_Donnie. Links are in the description, all that stuff.
Yeah, you guys have a great rest of your night. And Shrita, go get some sleep. You're delusional. I'll catch you guys next time. Later.